Drift Masters, hello there. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Today is despite a little annoying situation I have going on, I'm doing great. I actually just got scammed, okay, by this company that this company we hired to come and fix our heat. We have a heating problem, and we hired this scumbag company, and I'm trying to see if they could help us out, figure something out. But yeah, no, not happening. So I'm a little upset about that, but otherwise I'm healthy. I shall recover the lost $1,000 to fix a problem that wasn't fixed. The problem didn't get fixed at all, and you know they still charged us. Yeah, and they don't want to do any refunds because he's like, oh well, you still have the problems. And hi, Maddie, how are you? I was just venting. I just had a company kind of rip me off, and I'm having a hard time with that. I'm a little sad because we just lost $900 or whatever. But it's fine. It's all good. What are we gonna do? So yeah, no, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It's only money, right? And even though I'm not rich or anything, I shall recover that one day. I shall. Health is what matters, right? I'm just very, I'm just very upset because, we earned that money really hard. Like I do YouTube and stuff, but I don't get paid here. So, it's just my one job, and then of course my husband, working extra. Like the poor man is working a lot. And then these people come and just completely take advantage of you like that. It's just not a good feeling. Like I thought that humanity was kind of doing better because now with social media and everything, everybody's saying, but this guy just doesn't seem to care. Like I had a whole conversation with him, and I told him, I'm not looking for you to give me all the money back. I just, you did install a piece and everything. I just kind of want you to, give me back the money that you charged for labor because you didn't fix the problem and you misdiagnosed it. Like, let me tell you guys exactly how it happened. Okay, so this is what happened. We have a Navian boiler, which is supposed to be a really great boiler. Okay, it's a gas boiler, and I called this company. I found it on Google. It had good reviews. It had a couple of bad reviews, but I was like, okay, you know what? The couple of bad reviews were old, and it seems like they're gotten a lot better on everything. So I was like, let me use it. I was a little skeptic, but still, called them up and everything. Use them. So I had them come to my house, and a kid, not judging by age or anything, but just let you guys get some perspective on the issue. Plumbers usually get better with age, right? Like you're doing it for a long time, so you kind of just learn the trade. You just learn it better. You become good at it because you have years of experience in it. I'm not saying that a young person can't learn how to be a plumber, but I do know that those kinds of jobs, like being an electrician, being a plumber, things like that, a beautician, those are things that you learn hands on. So I don't know if anybody, do you guys feel that's different? I shouldn't be concerned that the plumber has only been doing this for 18 months. Okay, that's what he said. Anyways, he said he's really great. He has been doing it for 18 months and he only works on those types of machines. So he's really good at it, like one of the best in his company. So he sold that to me and I said, oh my gosh, okay, I don't want to judge because when I started out my job, I did get a little bit judged because I was younger and I was supervising people that were a lot older than me, and that made me feel really bad. So I said, I'm not going to do that to anybody because I know the feeling. So I just let the man work, welcomed him into my home. He's doing his thing. And then after a few minutes of poking around, taking covers off, he says, well, the problem is the circulator pump. The circulator pump has gone bad, and you should change that. And let me see if I have one in the truck. He comes back. He does not have one in his truck. So he says, I'm gonna have to come back tomorrow because I don't have one. So I'm gonna order it. So okay, great. Comes back the next day. He at that point they send me a new person actually. Send me a new person. Again, kind of young, says to me that he used to be a roofer, but he switched to plumbing, like 2 years ago, and it's great for him. He makes a lot of money. So I'm like, oh, that's great. People are switching trades, and good for you. Again, I'm not trying to judge because God doesn't like ugly. So I'm just kind of let people do their thing and keep my mouth shut. So okay, great. He installs the pump situation, and then my Nest, I have a Nest thermostat, starts to say that it's not, what do you say, RH power, no power, something like that, that it was just disconnected. So I brought that to his attention and he says, oh, well, I didn't touch the Nest. That's electric. That's an electric problem. And I said, but it wasn't not working when you got here. It was working. So it's something that you must have done downstairs. So it took for me to redirect him and tell him that you touched the boiler and the boiler is connected to the Nest. So there's a problem that you created that you need to fix. Okay. And he was a little reluctant at first. And I was like, very nicely, like, listen, it was working when you got here. So if you don't mind taking a look. Okay. But I shouldn't have to ask you to take a look because you know that if you're touching the boiler and my Nest all of a sudden stops working, wouldn't you think it's connected? I'm just kind of, like, come on, man. So I'm getting upset again. So he fidgets with it a little bit, and then he says, "Okay, can you put the heat to 85 degrees?" So I put the heat to 85 degrees, and we wait about 5 minutes or so. He says, "Oh well, it's eventually going to be getting warm, but you already have hot water and you have heat in one area." And I said, "Yeah, same thing that I had before." And I called you because I don't have heat downstairs where I need to have heat because I spend most of my time not in my bedroom but in my kitchen. I mean, you guys know all my lives, right? Like, all my lives are in my kitchen. I'm either cooking, cleaning, or I'm playing with my kids a game in that room. So, like, this is where we live throughout the house, like, you know. So, this whole radiator, it's not working, nothing, no heat is coming anywhere. So, I'm just like, all right. So he says, well, eventually it'll come, but the problem is fixed. So I said, all right, great. So the, 12 a.m. came because I kept waiting for the temperature to rise to at least 70. That was not happening, but it was set to 85 the whole time, okay? I don't know what that means for the boiler system, but it was set up that way. And the next day I contacted them and I said, listen, it's still not working. I don't know what's going on. And he then says, I'm going to send somebody. They sent somebody the next day by nighttime. So the kid that comes is the kid that originally diagnosed the boiler that told me that replacing the circulator pump was going to be a 99% chance that the problem will get resolved. And I was very clear to him. I said, if you're not really sure, then don't replace anything because we want to be sure that, that's actually the problem. Are you sure? And my husband even came down and said to him, are you really sure that's the problem? Because, we are a little skeptic because he hasn't been doing this for too long. And he said, I am 99% sure that that'll fix the problem in a very condescending way. Like, like I know what I'm doing, basically get out of my face kind of. But, I understand that because if you know exactly what you're doing, it could be a little offensive for people to second guess you. We weren't trying to second guess him. It's just that you're asking us for a lot of money, and we were just like, just kind of give me some assurance. So, all right, fine. He comes back and he says now, after an hour of working in the system, he took the covers off and everything, and he proceeds to tell us that we need a new boiler, that we can replace the whole boiler for you for $12,500. And I am asking him, I just kind of went into shock a little bit and I almost fainted. Not literally, I'm exaggerating. But I was just like livid. And he says, well, yeah, it looks like the person who installed it first didn't do a good job. They were supposed to do two zones, and you only have one zone that was split into two. And I said, listen, regardless of what they did, it worked for 9 years. Okay, we did the maintenance and everything, and it worked for 9 years. So how is it that it worked all this time? And then he tried saying, well, because whatever they did progressively burnt the boiler pretty much is what he tried to tell me. He said that he called Navien and the result is I need a new boiler. So I said, you know what, just pack it up, put the cover on, and just get out, you know. I wasn't mean, I wasn't disrespectful. I just said, just put the cover on, write me the estimate, and please, let me give it to my husband and we'll get back to it. So the brats, I gotta just say that, okay? I reached out to his boss because my husband then comes home and he's really pissed. And he's just like, the house is still brick. They didn't fix it. What's going on? So I explained to him what had happened, and he's like, absolutely not. They must give us our money back. At that point, I'm like, well, they did replace the part, so they shouldn't really give us all the money back because they did do some work, and I'm okay with being fair. Like, you replace the part, I get it. But you should not be charging for the whole amount because we didn't fix the problem. So I explained this to the owner of the company and I told him what had happened. And he said, basically, if you're on your own, okay, I cannot give you money back. That's not fair. And God doesn't like ugly. I said, are you kidding me? I am telling you, you came here to my house twice. You had two people misdiagnose the problem. I was told 99% chance of the problem being fixed, and both your individuals came to my house and left me with no heat, same as they found me. And you still want to charge me. All I'm looking for is a reimbursement of at least 50% of what you charged. Or charge me for the part, but give me back the rest of the money. Just leave it in my mailbox under the mat, whatever you want to do, but let's just put this behind us. And his response was, I will give you $170 credit towards the next maintenance. Like, are you joking? So, anyways, I don't know what you guys think. I know that was just a lot. I was just, you know, kind of venting there, but you guys think I'm being unreasonable? Like, is that just, crazy for me to expect that you're gonna do the right thing and just, you know, give us our money back, or should I not expect my money back? I mean, you misdiagnosed the problem. I'm losing it. Anyways, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. People are not nice these days. And it's just like everybody just wants to get rich of everybody else, and they don't really care how you get your money. Like, some people, because yeah, sure, not everybody, but most people work really hard for their money. Like, why am I gonna just give it to you because you decide to be scumbaggish? I don't know. Maybe I'm just upset and I'm not seeing things right, but you guys can correct me and let me have it, I guess. But this is not right. And I told him, I said, listen, I saw that some people had some really bad reviews on your website, and I don't want to be that kind of person because I do believe that we are all allowed to make mistakes, but we are also and should be rectifying those mistakes. Okay, like you can make a mistake, and that doesn't mean like, oh my gosh, oh, so oops, made a mistake. Sure, you make a mistake, but fix it, learn from it, and do the right thing going forward. I believe in that. Not just, oh, oops, I made a mistake, and then that's it, no lesson learned. Doesn't sound to me like he's learning any lessons along the way, and you're just kind of, you know, scamming people a little. What do you guys think? Please, because I'm done. Like, am I wrong? Just really tell me. Please tell me in the comments, because I'm not. I'm just kind of upset. Oh, oh, oh. Bestie is calling me back, so I'll be back, guys.